The war in Europe had ended, and slowly the wounded, the lost and the liberated were making their long journey home. Rupert Cazalet had been missing in action for almost 5 years. He was well aware that it was more than likely his whole family believed him to be dead.
Yes, sir. Where to?
Battle.
One way or return?
One way.
He found an empty compartment and tried to sleep. But the moment he closed his eyes, his head was full of pictures. Michelle's head, sinking back on her pillow after he had kissed her. He'd looked back at the house only once to see if she had come to the window to watch him go. He smoked his last cigarette from the packet the sailor had given him on the boat, and tried to imagine meeting Zoe. How would she be after all this time? Disaffected? Overjoyed? Perhaps not even there. And how would he feel on seeing her once again? He finally reached home place in the middle of the afternoon. He walked through the old familiar fields he had known as a boy, the grass swaying in the warmth of the September sunshine. He was not used to walking or to wearing leather shoes. His feet hurt. At last he came to the old white gate that led to the front of the house, and there was his mother, on her knees, weeding by her rock garden. She turned her head and saw him.
"Oh, my boy! My darling boy!"
And you're here.
You're still here in the garden. Of course I'm here. Everything's all right now. You'll see. And now you're home. Let me look at you. It's you. It's you.
Is Zoe here?
She's taken Juliet to the village shop.
Is she all right?
Yes. Yes. It's been a very hard time. I've become very fond of her. Your daughter is a pearl. Why don't you walk to meet them?
So he did. He walked back down the drive and up the steep road, and at the top of the hill he met them by the gate into the fields.
I just don't feel like playing charabancs today, darling.
You never feel like it.
It was then that Zoe saw him.
Rupert! Rupert!
Zoe. The Duchy said you would be here.
This is your father, Jules. He has a picture of you in the nursery.
Hello, Juliet. Will you give me a kiss?
If you had a beard, I wouldn't, because of birds. It's in a poem.
Oh, well, as you can see, I haven't got a beard.
That's all right, then.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you such a shock.
I know. I know you didn't.
I'm going to play I Really Want To.
So they did what Juliet wanted, and went to play on a fallen tree in the wood near the house. He thought afterwards that they had both been grateful for her presence. It postponed intimacy,
Here we are.
or rather excused the lack of it. And he felt that Zoe too felt awkward and intensely shy.
Now all hold hands, going home.
They walked back through the woods, separated by their daughter, who marched between them. It was during that walk he learned that Sybil had died, that his father was blind, that Neville was at Stowe, and that Louise was living in London and had married the painter Michael Hadley. Telling and hearing the family news seemed to make things a little easier between them. Archie had been wonderful, she said, finding the right school for Neville after he'd run away, looking after Clary and Polly. And now Rupert was on another train, going back to London to see Clary, whom everyone said had never once entertained the idea that he might have been dead. He recognised belatedly how badly he had behaved to his family. Somehow he had not been able to imagine their suffering. 5 years of isolation had impaired his sense of reality or values. Saving his own skin had involved continual anxiety about Michelle. If he was discovered, it was she who would be shot.
Another mouth to feed. I found her mother lying dead in the field.
What happened?
Sick, hungry. Perhaps she was just tired.
The Germans, you don't think they, maybe for fun?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Sorry. You are always sorry. She will die without milk. So now I must give her the cow's milk and have nothing to sell.
I'll get my glove. We can make her a teat. Soldiers!
No. There is no time to go to the barn. Go up, quick.
From behind the old wooden blind, Rupert watched as Michelle led the officers back to their car, handing over cheese and a piece of ham with a bottle of brandy she kept back for just such an emergency.
What did they want?
Well, the usual questions. Who else lives on the farm? What do you grow? How do you manage a woman on your own? It is your job to listen for people coming. Don't you think I have enough to do?
The car engine, it was quieter than...
So you don't listen for quiet cars, only for those that make noise?
Of course not.
They can kill us however they come. Surely you're not such a fool you do not understand that. If you cannot take the trouble to listen, then perhaps you should spend all your time in the cellar. At least that way you won't be in my way.
In the evening, she called him down from his room. There was a bottle of Calvados and 2 glasses on the table.
I've been thinking I should go.
Go where?
Concarneau? I could try for a boat.
Someone was found in a boat at Concarneau. The Germans will watch now.
I still ought to leave.
Why?
Because it's not fair on you. It's too great a risk to ask of anyone, especially a stranger.
You think you've been living with a stranger?
I didn't mean that. I just don't want to put you in danger. I'm sorry I called you a stranger. I'm sorry I didn't hear the soldiers coming. I'm sorry they killed your husband. If I could help you, then
Don't speak like this. We're both afraid. We are both sorry. For so many things.
That night they ate rabbit stew cooked with apples and onions. She was smiling. For months he had seen her in her voluminous black shirts, her heavy fisherman's jersey. Naked, she took his breath away.
Charing Cross! Charing Cross!
Even now, in this dusty train, he could feel his body responding to that first sight of her.
It's very good of you, Archie, to let me meet Clary here.
Here we go. Steady the nerves.
Thanks.
Cheers.
I know it probably seems rather odd that I didn't telephone her right away.
No, I quite understand.
I needed a day or two to take it all in.
What was it like going home?
Oh, you know, very odd. Not exactly what I expected. Amazing to come back to a ready-made 5-year-old daughter, though.
It'll be Clary now.
Maybe this is all going to be too much of a shock.
She really has minded about you. She'll be all right. Clary?
Hello, Archie.
Come on up. I've got a surprise for you.
You're always saying you've got surprises. Generally, I manage to guess.
Hello, Clary.
Dad. Dad!
one day.
I know you did. Everyone told me. You never gave up. Oh, darling Clary, I have missed you so much.
I got your note. That you thought of me every day. It made a great difference.
Oh.
This is the most joyful day of my life.
I'm sorry, Diana, darling, but I've been kept unexpectedly late this end, and Rupert isn't back yet. I promised to drive him down to Home Place tonight. He's had rather a day of it, poor chap. I know, things must be awful for you. I'll do what I can to get down tomorrow. We'll go somewhere nice, I promise. Better go. Good night, darling. Rupert.
Look here. I had no idea I was putting you out.
No, it's all right, old boy.
I didn't realise you were going on somewhere. I can easily get the train.
I tell you what, let's have a quick drink first. To tell you the truth, it's a relief to talk about Diana to someone. I haven't been able to say a word. It's a hell of a mess.
I can see that.
The fact is, I haven't felt that way about Villy for a long time. Then Diana's husband was killed, left her with practically not a bean and 4 children. I really don't know what to do.
Do you want to marry her?
Well, that's the problem. Once a woman's had someone's child...
You didn't say that.
Didn't I? As a matter of fact, she's almost certainly had 2 of mine. Difficult to walk out, leave her and all that. I really do love her. It wouldn't have gone on so long if I didn't love her more than anyone I've ever met.
Does Villy know?
Oh. Good God, no, not a thing. What do you think I should do?
I suppose you feel whatever you did, it would be wrong.
That's it. Exactly.
And does Diana want to marry you?
I'm pretty sure she does. She keeps saying she adores me. That kind of thing. I thought maybe I should wait until Villy finds a house she likes, get her installed, before I do anything. I'd love you to meet Diana.
All right.
You will. Hugh has absolutely refused to.
He knows that.
He refuses to understand the situation. Simply buries his head in the sand. Now, Diana and I have agreed it's much better to talk about things openly and frankly.
Except to Villy.
Well, that's different, old boy. I can't exactly discuss it with her until I've decided to take the plunge. Nobody else knows about this, by the way.
All right.
I'm really grateful to you taking the train, so I don't have to let Diana down.
It's fine by me. I've got all the time in the world.
It was a clear, sunny evening, and Edward drove east with the sun behind him on his way to have dinner and stay the night with his mistress. The prospect, which usually made him feel excited and carefree, seemed now to have other dimensions. The watertight compartments in which he had kept his 2 lives throughout the war were no longer sound. Guilt was steadily leaking from one to the other. There was nothing he would have liked more than to settle Villy comfortably, so that he didn't have to worry about her, and be free to start a wonderful new life with Diana. He decided to tell Diana that night.
More wine, darling?
Yes, please, that would be lovely. How's the house hunting going?
Pretty slow. The trouble is, so many houses are war damaged. You have to be careful with surveys. Villy found one she liked, but it turned out to be riddled with dry rot.
With victory in Japan, the war was finally at an end, and families who had escaped the danger of London were beginning to return. But everything was moving painfully slowly from Diana's point of view. She no longer dared to ask Edward, "Have you told Villy? If not, why not?" And Edward was equally unable to say, "I'm letting everything slide because I can't face telling her." So she would ask about house hunting, and he would tell her how difficult it was to find one.
You are my favourite woman, you know.
I hope so.
I've been thinking, darling, maybe it's time you met Louise.
Really? Why didn't you say she was awfully upset by seeing us at the theatre that time?
Well, she was a bit, yes, but I'm sure if we could all meet, everything would be fine again.
Diana couldn't help feeling this was some sort of test, and the idea of being judged by a young girl was distinctly humiliating.
Of course, darling. I'd love to meet her.
That night, as Edward waited for Diana in bed, she caught sight of herself in the bathroom mirror. She had been his mistress for 8 years now, and borne him at least one child. She had also inevitably learned more about him, and had come to recognise that his simplicity involved a lack of imagination where other people were concerned, and his capacity for enjoyment had a good deal of selfishness about it. He never seemed very interested in what happened to her in bed. These things she had been mostly able to excuse, reason away, or ignore. But the failing in Edward that she could not rise above was his lack of moral courage. He seemed unwilling or unable to say anything to anyone that they might find uncomfortable.
Louise, over here.
Oh, Stella, I thought I might not be able to find you.
It is a bit out of the way, but it's terribly handy for work. It won't be a good lunch, but it will be quiet, if you want to talk.
How did you know I wanted to talk?
Well, I didn't think you'd bother to come all this way simply to look at me.
It is good to see you, though. Oh, I'm sorry. I seem to have lost touch.
We've not seen each other, but I don't think we've lost touch. Let's get the food ordering over. You can have soup, but it will be out of a tin. Then cottage pie or fish. I'd advise the fish. It will come with chips.
You choose. I honestly don't mind.
After Stella had ordered their meal and got them both a drink, they could finally talk. Louise's eyes suddenly filled with tears.
I don't know where to begin.
Is it Michael?
It's no good. I'm no good at it. I should never have married him.
Are you in love with someone else?
No. At least, I was. Michael's cousin. He was called Hugo. He got killed.
I'm so sorry, Louise. I knew you didn't love Michael, though.
I thought I did. The thing is, he's there all the time now, and we have to have dinner with his family at least once a week. His mother hates me. He told her about Hugo, so now she hates me more than ever.
And what about your baby?
Oh, he's fine. We have a very good nanny.
If you did leave, what would you want to do?
I don't know. Try to get a job, I suppose, and somewhere to live. I haven't got any money.
You don't sound exactly thrilled at the prospect.
I'm not. My whole life's a mess. Anyway, if you thought I shouldn't have married Michael, why didn't you tell me?
Louise, people don't take that kind of advice from anyone.
But I'm asking you what you think I should do now.
Well, since you did marry Michael and you have a child, I think you should do everything you can to make a go of it. You couldn't do that when he was away in the Navy, but you can if he's around.
He's sleeping with someone else. Or possibly several someones.
Have you been faithful to him?
No. I had an affair after Hugo died, but it didn't mean anything.
No, that's not really the point, is it? What you feel about something after you've done it doesn't alter the fact you've done it.
Oh. After Hugo was killed, I came out of it heartless, as though I had literally lost my heart. I couldn't seem to put a value on anything.
I'm not blaming you.
Yes, you are.
No, just wanting to get the facts clear. I think you should talk to someone.
You mean a psychiatrist? Do you honestly think I'm mad?
Don't be silly. But it's plain you're unhappy, and it seems clear to me you keep doing things to make you more so.
I was hoping at least you'd understand.
I do know something about unhappiness because of my Aunt Anna, who lives with us. Her husband, Uncle Louis, was sent to Auschwitz. All we really know is it happened in 1944. Uncle Louis and his very old parents and his sister. I shouldn't think his parents survived the journey. 2 days in a cattle truck without food or water or even enough air. I hope they didn't, anyway.
Stella, that's awful. Your aunt had a daughter, didn't she?
She was sent to another camp.
It's too much for one person to bear.
Yes. She can think of nothing but herself and her losses.
How can you blame her for that?
I don't. I'm just trying to explain something to you. When anyone gets more than a certain amount unhappy, they get cut off. They don't feel any concern or affection that comes from other people. Sorry, Louise, I'm being a bully.
No. I asked you because I knew you'd be sensible. Tell me about you.
I'm learning to be a journalist.
But why in Bromley?
You have to start somewhere. I do weddings, amateur dramatics, fetes. Pappy's furious. He wouldn't mind if I was on the Times educational supplement. He thinks I'm wasting all the money he spent on my education. Aunt Anna thinks I should be working with the children that were sent here from the camps.
I didn't know there were children here.
Pappy offered to be medical advisor, but he fell out with them over their strict rules about the food being kosher. I had a row with him over that.
Why? You're not religious?
No, but I thought he should have been able to see their point of view.
What do you mean?
Their Jewishness mattered. They lost everything from being Jewish. All they had left was what they are. I did think about helping with those children, but when it came to it, I just couldn't face it. I was 13 when we came to England. Perhaps sometimes the knowledge that one has escaped a certain fate makes one even more frightened of it.
Can you see your way in, darling? It's awfully dark.
Lights over here.
Ah.
I know I always say I like houses that face east or west, but well, the garden side will be sunny. It has 4 bedrooms. It really is quite a manageable size.
Where on earth will we put the servants?
Darling, don't be so out of date. We won't have anyone living in. I shall get a really good daily and do the cooking myself. Ellen will go with Zoe and Rupert, so I'll have Rowley to look after. I shall enjoy having something useful to do. What do you think, darling?
Well, the rooms do seem a little dark.
I was worried in case you hated it. It's not very big, I know, for entertaining, dinner parties, that kind of thing.
I want you to choose exactly what you want.
And you truly don't mind about Miss Millamant living with us?
Not a bit. Can't desert the old girl after all this time.
She won't be dining with us. I'll make her a bed-sitting room, and she can have her other meals with Rowley and me.
That sounds fine.
Anyway, we'll all be together at home place for the holidays. And your idea of getting a boat to go sailing at weekends sounds marvellous.
I'll tell the surveyor to set the wheels in motion.
When Diana arrived at Edward's club that night to meet Louise, Edward rose to greet her as if she was late.
Ah, there you are, darling. Louise, this is Diana.
It's lovely to meet you, Louise. Hello.
We're drinking martinis. Would that suit you?
Oh, well, it's so awfully cold outside. I think I'd rather have a whiskey.
And so you shall. I've been putting Louise in the picture. She's enormously understanding, as I knew she would be.
Diana concentrated on trying to get Louise to like her. To begin with, she made little progress. Louise did not seem to want to talk about her famous husband or her child. Then she remarked on her dress.
I had it made in Soho. I found this tailor called Mr. Perfect. He can make anything. He has an enormous wife who is corseted from below the neck to just above the knees. She looks just like a torpedo, but she's very nice as well. And Dad gave me these earrings. He simply loves buying jewellery. But I expect you know that.
Diana suddenly remembered driving away from Lansdowne Road and Villy's jewellery box falling open on her knees, and how sick with jealousy she had felt.
I'm lucky to be sitting here, you know, with my 2 favourite women.
But what really broke the ice was talking about the theatre.
When I was with the student rep, we all lived in the most extraordinary house. We were terribly dedicated. We only ever had 1 meal a day, and when we had to get to the theatre in the mornings, we used to lie down in the road to hitch a lift. We couldn't even afford the bus fare.
Heavens, I'd no idea it was as Spartan as all that.
But you never came to see. You were the only parents who never came. My mother thought I should be doing something to do with the war, you see, and of course Dad agreed with her. Well, you didn't disagree, did you, Dad?
One so wants one's children to fulfill themselves, to be happy and to do what they want. I think it's wonderful that you were so sure.
And Louise, who was really hardly more than a child, glowed.
Darling, she loves you. You hit just the right note with her. I can't talk to her about Shakespeare and all that sort of thing.
She's been an awfully long time in the ladies' room. Perhaps I should see if she's all right.
Oh, I'm sure she'd appreciate that.
What exactly have you told her?
Oh, that you are the only woman in the world for me, that kind of thing.
And about Susan?
Well, no, I didn't mention that. I did say it had been going on for a long time. You do like her, don't you?
I think she's lovely. She looks very like you.
She thinks it will be better to get Villy into the house before I tell her.
Does she?
Well, when I talked about it, she agreed.
Diana found Louise in the ladies' room, hanging over a basin, splashing cold water on her face. She'd had quite a lot to drink during and after dinner, and Diana had been surprised at her capacity.
Oh, I should never have tried lobster. I might have known it would make me sick.
You poor girl.
Oh, no. Starting again.
Louise? Are you all right? Sorry to be so revolting.
Oh, it's horrid for you. Bad luck.
Oh, dear. I seem to have gone rather a greenish colour.
I've got some rouge if you'd like it.
Oh, thanks. Then I won't have to tell Dad.
Here we are.
Oh, thanks. Do you love him, Dad?
Yes. Yes, I do. Very much.
Well then, I think you should go ahead. Nothing should keep you apart.
Those tea chests are for the bedrooms. Anywhere upstairs will do.
Right, you old man.
Where are we going to put everything?
Darling, moving house is always like this. Absolute chaos.
The war was over. The brig and the duchy were moving back to London, and Home Place would resume its role as a retreat for holidays and other family gatherings.
What if this poor duchy feels dreadfully cramped here? It seems so small after Home Place.
Rachel, we simply must stop. I'm going to take you home and give you an enormous gin, and then you can have a hot bath and supper in bed.
Sid had a fantasy that now that Rachel's parents had moved back to London, Rachel might come to live with her. But Rachel explained that she could not possibly leave her parents on their own. This meant that if she was to see Rachel at all, Rachel would have to come to her at odd times and when she felt able to get away. And this was the dilemma. Sid had resolved that if Thelma ever got in the way of her seeing Rachel, she would have to go, for good.
But I don't understand.
It's simply that our situation isn't right for me, Thelma. I'm very sorry about it, but I must tell you, I can't go on like this.
I still don't understand. What has happened to change things?
I can't give you what you want. You are quite young enough to go and find that with someone else.
But I would far, far rather have what little I do have with you than any life with someone else. Surely you know that.
Thelma, I know it's very hard for you, but you've simply got to accept this.
That you don't love me anymore.
That I don't love you.
But you did love me. Something must have happened.
Time has happened.
You can't be very sorry, or you wouldn't do this to me. You couldn't be so unbelievably cruel to someone you cared for.
I have no choice. This has to be the end.
You've always taken me for granted. But you were happy to use me when it suited you. You never thought about how I might feel. You never allowed me to be a part of your life.
I'm sorry, but I can't change any of it now. It's happened.
Are you waiting for me to leave?
I think it's better if you do.
Do you expect me to pack up all my things right this minute?
Yes. I'll pay for a cab. I'll ring for one now.
I cannot believe that you could treat me like this.
Sid was shaking with shame. She had discovered that far from loving Thelma, she no longer even liked her, and had come to realise that their natures, hers as well as Thelma's, now combined to make it impossible for her to conduct this ending with any sort of kindness or delicacy.
Here, take this. It's only what I owe you.
Sid, please, can't we simply sit down?
And I wonder, might I have your latchkey?
Here, take it. I'm going now.
To Sid's unease, she now admitted a certain fear. She had actually become afraid of this seemingly vulnerable, clinging girl. Had she retained the key, Thelma might easily have returned to burn the house down, or effect some lesser destruction.
Polly! Over here!
There you are. Hello, Christopher.
Let me carry your bag.
Oh, thank you.
Christopher had not visited any of the Cazalets for 3 years after his breakdown. No longer fit to be called up, when the opportunity came to work on a farm, he took it, and it suited him. An old caravan provided a warm and cosy home. When his sister Nora was about to be married, he agreed to attend the wedding, and that was when he saw Polly again. She seemed so extraordinarily beautiful. He felt that he was seeing her for the first time. He asked her if she would come and spend a weekend, and now here she was.
Oh, Christopher. It's lovely. Oliver, hello. Remember me?
They talked all the rest of the day. She told him about her job, being a designer and living in London.
Do you like it? Living there? You'd better drink out of the other side of the cup. I'm afraid it's chipped.
Thanks. I think I do like it. When we were at home place in the war, I used to long to live in London and have a place of my own. It's odd. Things always seem much more exciting when they're a long way away.
Do you think one's meant to be happy in life?
What do you think one should be?
Useful. Helpful to people. Trying to make the world better, that kind of thing.
I think being happy would make the world better.
You have to be quite clever to be it, though, don't you? It's not as easy as it sounds.
This is lovely hot chocolate. I've just remembered Miss Millimant telling us when she was young there was a saying, "Be good, sweet maid, and let who will be clever." She couldn't see why goodness should be an alternative to being clever. But it could be an alternative to happiness.
I suppose you could always fail at both.
Not at our ages. I mean, if we get things wrong, we've still got time to try again.
Do read, if you like. I'm just going to put our supper things in a bowl. You needn't do anything.
Where'd you get your water from?
I've got a cistern outside. I have my baths up at the farm. Marge says you're welcome to have one any time you want.
She's very kind, isn't she?
That's what makes it so difficult to walk out.
But why would you want to walk out?
Well, it's this business of being against things. Like being a conscientious objector. I realised in the end it meant other people doing things that they might be just as much against as I was. The dirty work. So then I felt I had to go back into the army. As it turned out, they wouldn't have me, but at least I tried. But coming here was a kind of avoiding things as well. It was getting away, mostly from Dad. You know, my sister Nora had set up a sort of nursing home for wounded soldiers. It made me think maybe I ought to offer to help her.
But do you want to go and help Nora?
It's not a question of what I want.
Oh, Christopher, it must be. In some way or other, you have to want to do whatever it is. You can't decide on something just because you think it ought to happen. But you'd do it awfully badly.
Would I?
Your heart wouldn't be in it.
So what can I do? I don't seem to want to do anything.
I think Oliver is pointing out that you want him.
It's mutual. I'd better make you a hot water bottle.
Where are you going to sleep?
And a sleeping bag in front of the stove. I'll boil you some water.
Thanks. And you say you could start straight away?
Oh, yes. Whatever might suit.
My father's blind, and my mother would like to make sure the house is kept as clean as possible.
Oh, I have plenty of experience cleaning and keeping house. In fact, I worked for someone I believe you know.
Really?
Margot Sidney.
You worked for Sid?
At least it began like that. She certainly got her money's worth out of me.
I beg your pardon?
You don't know, do you? You don't have any idea what she's been doing.
I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I don't understand.
I've known Sid for years.
I don't think I caught your name.
Thelma Porter.
You're Thelma? But weren't you one of her students?
I used to be. Before we started going on holiday together. Before I was living with her.
I'm sure Sid would have told me if she was living with anyone.
Are you? Of course, I knew about you, but I thought you were just a friend.
I am a friend.
I'm not a fool. It wasn't that the whole thing was in my head. She told me that I was the only love in her life. Then the moment you moved to London, she puts me out on the street.
If Sid ever did such a thing, there must have been a reason.
Of course there's a reason. The reason is you.
I really think you should go.
Don't let her tell you we were just friends. She was just as enthusiastic in bed as I was.
I beg you, stop talking
She's older
like this.
than I am. A lot older. She knows what she wants, and what she wanted was a young girl's body.
Oh.
And she loved it. Loved every minute of it. So now you're here, and she wants whatever she has with you. Just remember, for the last 2 years, every time she left you after tea at a Lyons Corner House or shopping in Jermyn Street or a lovely weekend in Sussex, she came home to me waiting for her in bed. And I gave her what you would never give. I gave myself fully to her. But that's something someone like you would never understand because you don't think about anyone else, not really. You're so busy being perfect you can't even see what's right in front of your face. Is there someone else here?
My mother. She must have come in from the garden.
I'll see myself out. I felt I had to tell you. To warn you. Presumably you don't want your life ruined by Sid the way she's ruined mine.
Please, just go.
On Saturday morning, Christopher made Polly porridge, and when they were finished, he put 2 chocolate bars on the table.
Crunchy's my favourite.
Do you remember that day when you were sitting on the wall outside the kitchen garden and you gave me some of your bar?
I don't, actually.
You wore a bright blue dress with a black velvet hairband and you let me have nearly all of your crunchy because I'd missed tea.
Do you have any friends here, Christopher?
I have the Hursts up at the farm, and there's a boy who sometimes works with me.
And Oliver? As it's raining, why don't we spend the morning cleaning your house?
Oh, no, that's really quite boring.
Come on. It'll be fun.
Well, I suppose it is in need of a bit of a spring clean.
Let's start with the books.
She took all his books and arranged them on one single shelf, where they were not only easier to find, but looked nicer. She had him put hooks up to hang his saucepans, and she washed everything until the whole place looked lighter. On Sunday, Mrs. Hurst brought them a roast lunch, and Polly mended the leather pads on the elbows of his jacket. Then it was time for her to go to the station.
You don't have to wait, if you don't want to.
We aren't really cousins.
Because you mean our parents aren't related to each other?
We could be married. Do you think you could, by any chance, consider that in some way or other? I wouldn't make you live in the caravan. It's nothing like good enough for you, but I'd have to think of something else, but I would. I promise you.
Oh, Christopher. I couldn't marry you, but it's not because of you. I'm in love with someone else. His name is Archie.
And you're going to marry him?
No. He doesn't love me.
Oh, Paul, I'm really sorry. I can't imagine anyone not loving you.
Goodbye. Bye, Christopher. I really have had a lovely time.
When he got back, Oliver was waiting for him. Everything in his small home had been touched by her and transformed. If only he hadn't told her, he could have hung on to his astonishing happiness. He remembered her saying, "But don't you have any friends here?" He knew now he hadn't been living a proper life. He'd simply run away from things he couldn't bear and put very little in their place. He was 23 and had done absolutely nothing with his life. He became aware of Oliver, standing with his front paws on the arm of the chair, licking the tears off his face as they fell.
This is your room, Miss Millamant. I thought you would not mind being on the ground floor, as there's a little cloakroom with a basin next door. And you will only have to braid the staircase when you want a bath.
Oh, that is most thoughtful, Viola.
Tea will be ready in half an hour.
Well, this is...
Miss Millamant had come up by train that afternoon. It had seemed very strange to be leaving Home Place. It had been such a delightful refuge for so long. Naturally, she was extremely grateful to dear Villy for giving her a home.
It is impossible to please you, Eleanor.
She had so much to be thankful for.
I must feel my way, that's what I must do. And I must never encroach upon dear Viola's family life.
That evening she was invited to dine with Viola and Edward. She heard Villy greeting him in the hall. She could still hear them in the kitchen, and she reminded herself that she should keep her door shut in future.
Probably eat in the kitchen on ordinary evenings, but I thought we ought to christen the dining room tonight.
Good idea.
In spite of his hearty agreement with Villy about all her plans and arrangements, there was something subdued about Edward. About the whole evening, Miss Millamant thought afterwards.
I am so very grateful to you and dear Viola for making me part of your home.
Not at all, Miss Millamant. I know how fond Villy is of you, and you'll be company for her. What do you say to the League of Nations being dissolved? I've never thought they did very much myself.
I should have imagined some kind of international organisation is to be desired.
Anyone for coffee?
To Miss Millamant, this seemed to be her cue for retiring. So she did.
I have so many plans for the garden.
That's my darling, always ready for a challenge.
I do enjoy it. I thought Rowley might like a little patch all to himself. You remember Louise's carrots at Home Place?
Yes.
And we will see Zoe and Juliet and Rupert, of course.
Yes. Darling, I've been wanting to talk to you. It's been rather busy with moving.
Well, I can hardly believe we're actually here.
There hasn't exactly been the right moment.
Who on earth can that be?
I'll go. Edward Cazalet?
Edward, it's Rachel.
Ah.
The Briggs had a terrible bout of bronchitis. The doctor's just been. He says he's worried about his heart. Can you come?
I'll be right there. Tell him I'm on my way, will you?
Yes, I will.
The Brig had been frail and confined to bed for some weeks, but the idea of his death had somehow remained unimaginable. When the end came, it seemed uncharacteristically subdued for a man who'd been a force of nature all his life. The funeral was to be held at Golders Green. Archie borrowed a car and arrived early.
Hello, Clary.
The duchy on Hugh's arm was followed by Rachel. He was shocked by Rachel's appearance. She looked grey and drawn, as if any moment she might break down.
Lord, giveth.
A prayer was said by a tired clergyman. A hymn followed, during which the coffin slid slowly away. It was over. The 15 minutes were up.
Goodness, what a horrible little end. Poor Brig.
Yes.
I don't suppose he knows, Clary.
But we can't be sure of that, can we?
Yes, yes.
It's the usual thing, isn't it? Not believing in anything isn't much fun.
Things at funerals aren't meant to be fun.
Hello, Polly.
I better go and talk to everyone.
As Archie approached Rachel, he saw Sid put her hand on her arm.
Rachel?
But Rachel moved away and caught his eye.
I'm going with Archie. But thanks.
Do you want to go?
Yes. If you wouldn't mind.
Come on. Is your back hurting?
It is rather.
Perhaps we should get you in to see the osteopath.
Everything hurts.
You looked after him so well. Couldn't have done more. He did have a very happy and successful life, didn't he?
Yes. The Duchy's had some marvellous letters. Some of the nicest from people who worked for him.
I really think you should get some help looking after the Duchy. Ought you to consider at least getting someone to help you keep the place clean? And Sid must have someone. Or you could put a card in the local newsagents.
No.
Darling Rach, whatever is the matter?
I did. I put a card. Someone came.
I'm pulling over so I can listen properly. Hang on. Rachel, tell me. You must tell someone what's making you so unhappy.
A girl came to the house in answer to my advertisement. She knew Sid. She's been in Sid's life for years. She said Sid had lied to her, that she'd pretended that she was the only love in her life. And then she told me the things they did together. It was awful.
How did you get rid of her?
My mother came in from the garden. Mm-hmm. You see why I can't see Sid. I can't speak to her at all.
I know it seems awfully difficult, but it might clear things up a bit if you could talk to her.
What could I say?
Tell her you know. You might even find out it's not all true. You know, many people, even if they've only been to bed with someone once, feel they have some ownership. I'm sure you can understand that.
But I don't. Do most people, does everybody want to go to bed with people they love?
Oh, darling Rachel, you must know that they do.
I have never been to bed with Sid like that. Never. I must be the most selfish person in the world.
During the journey home, he thought about the months, the years he had longed for Rachel. Rachel had never loved him, but it was clear she loved Sid. And Sid had spent all these years loving Rachel and not being requited. He felt nothing but pity for Sid.
Archie, are you there?
Yes. Billy, yes, I am.
I know it's terribly late, but I don't know what to do. I feel as though I'm going out of my mind.
Where's Edward?
He's left me.
I'll come over.
It's very good of you to come.
Not at all.
It's like some ghastly bad dream. When everyone had gone after the funeral, he said he wanted to talk to me about something. Some bloody gold-digging woman has got her claws into him, a real destroyer. It's been going on for years. Our whole marriage has been nothing but lies and deceit on his part. And I imagine the whole of London knew before I did.
Billy, I don't know what to say.
I've given up everything for him. Everything. I've run his house, brought up his children, and now he throws me away like an old broom. He bought this house simply to leave me in it. I shall be alone for the rest of my life.
I'm so sorry. Here.
What on earth shall I tell the children? I don't suppose Louise will care. The poor little Rowley without a father. Because he needn't think that I shall let Rowley anywhere near that woman. I gave up my career as a ballet dancer for Edward, and now I'm too old. What do you think I should do?
You should rest first. It's too soon to start trying to make any plans.
I couldn't bear to go up to our room.
No, of course.
He made her a hot drink and a bed on the sofa. She asked him to speak to Edward, and he said he'd do what he could. What else could he say? In the taxi going home, he thought to himself, I must go away for a bit. I need some life of my own.
It's very kind of you, Archie, but I don't think I will come to France. I don't know about Clary. She'll be back any minute.
You've made your room awfully nice, Polly.
Thanks. It's terribly nice, finally having a flat of our own. Do have a biscuit.
I'm sad you don't want to come with me.
Are you?
Of course I am. I thought, wouldn't it be lovely if we all just caught the ferry?
We don't see you for weeks, and you just turn up here without the slightest warning, and then you calmly suggest that I should go to France with you. As though I have absolutely no feelings, or if I have, they simply don't count. That's Clary. You better go down and ask her.
Were your clothes black these days?
The ones I wear. Have you seen Paul?
I have. I came to see whether you'd both like to come to France with me, just for a holiday.
What did she say?
I'm afraid I rather dropped a brick there. I thought, water under the bridge, you know.
She still thinks she's in love with you.
What about you?
I'm afraid I can't come for the same reason.
Oh, God, Clary, you aren't secretly in love with me, too.
Really, Archie? What an idiotic idea. Actually, I am in love with someone, though. Noel.
I see. Well, why don't you tell me all about it over dinner?
I am rather surprised at myself for falling in love with the man I work for. It does sound a bit like something in a not very good novel.
Aren't you? Well, it must be difficult that he's married.
I don't believe in marriage anymore. And nor does he. His wife quite understands about Noel and me. He needs both of us. He has the most amazing energy and knows the most incredible amount about everything. He's sort of trying to educate me. He's been terribly honest with me about my writing. Mm-hmm. It really was awfully childish and naive. He's the most extraordinary, gifted, intelligent person I've ever met in my life.
Does all sound, rather serious.
He's all for wit. He likes Oscar Wilde, but silly jokes, he says, are just a way of covering things up, like my family does all the time.
Not all the time, Clary.
But it can be a way of not facing things. Look at Uncle Edward and Aunt Villy.
I think there might be other reasons for that.
Well, sex, of course. Noel says that sex is fearfully important, but it doesn't ever last.
Are you happy with him?
Not happy. I'm simply completely, utterly in love with him. It's the most wonderful thing that has ever happened to me.
We came here on VE night. Do you remember?
Yes.
But you are still writing.
The days I'm not working, I don't seem to feel like it.
What does your father think about all this?
Oh, I haven't told him. Please don't say anything. Paul knows, but I don't think anyone else would understand, do you?
I'm not sure. I want you to be happy.
He isn't happy, so how can I be? He needs me.
Could I meet him? I should like to.
He doesn't want to meet any of my family.
I'm not family, Clary. I'm your friend.
He simply doesn't want anything about the rest of my life to come between us.
Well, I'm really honoured you've told me. So, will you go on telling me? Whatever happens?
All right. I will.
And it was not long after that Archie left for France alone.
This is it, I'm afraid. Not much for you to go on. It's awfully small.
It has possibilities. I have to measure first, see which walls are structural, things like that.
Perhaps I might help.
If you really want to. Thanks.
Polly had first met Gerald at a party, hosted by her employers. She was allowed now occasionally to have design ideas of her own, and when he said he'd just bought a very small flat in Pimlico, his aunt, Lady Wilmot, suggested Polly should pop round, as she was bound to have some very good ideas of what might be done with it.
If you could just hold this right up against the skirting board.
I thought you'd advise me about colours of walls and curtains, that sort of thing.
10'3". Well, we do that, of course. But I think there are things that need to be done before we get to that stage.
I'm sure you know best. It's my first place, actually. I don't really know the form.
You can let go now. The measure.
Oh, right.
Polly suggested they have coffee in a little place around the corner, so that they might talk about ideas for the flat.
Poached egg on toast, extra beans, and 2 coffees.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, best thing about the army was the beans. Never had them at home. Not that I've ever spent very much time there.
How do you mean?
Well, boarding school since I was 7, then the war and the army. You know how it is. And after Charles, my older brother, was killed, my mother found it difficult to have me about. She said I reminded her too much of him, you see. Which is funny, because I was never really in the least like him.
What kind of person was he?
Oh, terribly brainy and good-looking. Awfully good with girls and that sort of thing. As a matter of fact, he rather despised me. I wish that you'd tell me a bit about yourself.
What would you like to know?
Oh, anything. I'd like to know anything about you.
Well...
She told him about her family and living at home place.
Go on.
She told him about her mother dying and how unhappy it had made her father. And she saw his slightly bulging eyes become moist.
Oh, Lord.
She was surprised how much she told him. He was such an attentive listener. Eventually, she had to say she thought the waiter probably wanted them to leave or have something else to eat.
Oh, that's all right. I'll simply have another poached egg. Wouldn't you like one by now? I mean, my first was for my breakfast. Yours could be an early lunch.
On the way home on the bus, she found herself thinking that there was something to be said for him. She knew her capacity for feeling sorry for people, and he seemed a prime candidate. But it wasn't all, or even the first thing that she felt. A week later, she had done her drawings, and she invited him to supper. He sounded very pleased, and arrived with a beautiful fern as a present.
Thank you.
I didn't know what you'd like.
It's lovely. Do come up.
It's funny, but I kept wanting to bring you a cat. And then I thought you might have one already.
I don't, but I love them. I can't have one here because of not having a garden.
Well, that's another drawback for London. The lack of good gardens for cats.
She told him about Oscar and how much she had loved him. And he told her about a cat he'd had when he was 7, which always slept on his bed and went for rides in his bicycle basket.
What happened to her?
She had kittens, and then my parents had her put down when I was at school.
How awful for you.
They didn't like cats, you see. I'd hidden her from them, but when I was sent to school, they found out.
He was very appreciative of everything.
Would you like some more?
Oh,
he had 2 helpings of kedgeree.
I say, I am having a lovely time.
And the slightly bulging eyes met hers with such frank and grateful pleasure, she was infected by it.
Where were you in the war?
Moved about, got dropped into places.
You were a paratrooper.
That's it. I know I don't look the part. I look more like a frog, which is not much good. Unless you are one.
She opened her mouth to say that he didn't look like a frog.
Don't. Everything's been so truthful between us. I don't want a kind lie. Imagine me on a water lily, eyes wide, a bit like this, waiting in hope for a passing fly to come by and...
I've never met a frog before.
It's not surprising. There aren't a lot of us about.
Do you feel all right about the drawings?
Oh, I trust you, absolutely. Can I see you tomorrow?
Yes.
They did meet the next evening, but it wasn't a great success. He seemed distracted and ill at ease. He said he had to go down to the country to see his parents and wouldn't be about for a few days. But then she discovered through the builders at the flat that he'd been back for some time and had failed to get in touch with her. She felt dispirited, and wondered if he was trying to avoid her. That evening, she tried to clear her head by writing a list of pros and cons.
Gerald Combs. He does rather look like a frog. He wears pretty awful clothes. He bites his nails. Doesn't seem to want to have a career. He's very changeable. Thought he really liked me, but he can't, or he would have rung up. Perhaps he pretended to like me. He seems to have a horrible family. Pros? I like talking to him. He makes me laugh. He hasn't made a pass at me, like most men after about 2 meetings. He doesn't show off at all. He likes cats and other animals. I actually like him more than most people. He has a very nice voice. Good hands, except for the nails. The detail. Oh.
Hello?
Clary? What on earth's the matter?
Everything. And I'm very much afraid it's all my fault.
Archie had been in France for almost 3 months, and his money was beginning to run low. He stepped into the amber-coloured river, and he was soon up to his neck. This was his favourite place to bathe. He turned on his back to float and drift gently. He felt lonely. He thought about the last time he had met Clary. He hated to see her so tired, made up like some 20s film actress, and all the fun knocked out of her. And having her writing got at, that was unforgivable. When he returned to his room, he found a telegram from London waiting for him. He caught the boat train from Paris that night.
Archie, I thought you were in France.
Paul sent me a telegram. She said you were in trouble.
I might as well tell you. It seems that I'm pregnant. Pretty corny of me, isn't it?
Do you know that you are?
I found out for sure last week. Nobody else knows. Except Paul and Noel, of course. And his wife. Oh, Archie. They're so angry about it. As though I meant it to be. It was just an awful mistake. I don't really know how it happened at all. I don't.
Clary, I'm so sorry.
I can't even cry properly anymore. I seem to have used up all the usual ways of doing it.
Darling, it's not your fault. Of course it isn't. Why is Noel so angry?
Because he hates the idea of children. He says it would drive him mad. And she says, Fenella, that it's true. He made her promise never to have one. And now she says I've betrayed them both.
Do you want to have it?
How can I? He would never speak to me again. I love him. It's all over anyway. They told me yesterday. Or at least she did. He couldn't even bear to see me. Oh, Archie. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to have an abortion, and anyway, they cost hundreds of pounds.
If he doesn't want you to have it, he might at least stump up for that.
I thought he loved me. I really believed that. Sorry, Archie. I've got to go be sick.
While she was gone, he saw a sheet of writing paper on her desk. He picked it up. It began, "My darling Noel." He read no more. The line between what was and was not his business had suddenly become very tenuous.
Do you want a cup of tea or anything?
I don't really. But I should have a water biscuit. They're supposed to be a good thing, Paul says.
What does Paul think about it all?
It's difficult because she's never liked Noel. I don't know why. I asked her and she had to say. She's extremely truthful. Mm-hmm. Actually, it was mutual. Noel thought she was shallow.
Well, you don't agree with that.
No. I sometimes don't agree with him about things.
Do you think it might be a good thing to tell your dad about this?
What if I can help it? I suppose if I have the baby, he'd have to know. Everyone would.
Well, you don't have to worry about that now. I think it might be a good idea if you had a little sleep. Now, I can stay upstairs in Paul's room, and then I'll take you out to dinner. Would that suit?
What will you do?
I'll read, or might have a short kip myself. Didn't sleep much on the train. I'll be upstairs if you want me.
Did you come back specially for me?
Yes. I'm very much attached to you, you know.
I'm attached to you.
It's pretty awful, isn't it?
Poor Clary. He sounds like a perfect swine.
He sounds like he is. The thought of her having a ghastly miniature Noel is more than I can bear. You must stop her.
Well, that has to be her choice. Although, if you really feel it would be a disaster, I suppose there'd be no harm in your saying so.
I hoped you would be the person to do that. It must be wrong to try and influence her, or we wouldn't each be trying to get the other one to do it. Archie, I feel I ought to tell you I've got over you at last. Oh dear, it sounds rather rude, doesn't it? But I mean you needn't worry anymore. Naturally, I'm extremely fond of you, but I do realise the difference in our ages made the whole thing silly.
I'm glad you told me.
One of the things I discovered is that it must have been pretty awful for you. I thought it was just awful for me.
In a way. It's a good thing you started with a nice old buffer like me rather than some frightful cat.
You're not an old buffer. You know, I honestly think you should get married to someone. It's what I keep telling Dad. There must be thousands of middle-aged ladies whose husbands were killed in the war who'd love to marry either of you.
Paul, you really mustn't patronise me. I still have romantic notions of being thoroughly in love before I marry anyone. And I'm about 7 years younger than your father, and I expect he feels much the same as I do.
I hope you find someone who you become terrifically in love with, if that is what you want.
Much later, after he had got home, he wondered if he ever would find anyone, or whether there was a kind of watershed that he had reached, after which everything that he had believed in and wanted was no longer possible. He did not want to be alone for the rest of his life, and he wondered uneasily if this might in the end make him settle for someone who would at least reliably be there.